Hey guys, Ali here. How are you doing? Welcome back to welcome back to Layman's Insight and another episode of Disco Elysium. I'm just on my way to talk to Titus to see if he can give us any insight on the lady driver's identity or whereabouts or anything like that, as it does look pretty conclusive that she was part of the lynching on that night where the lynching happened. Oh, let's talk to the lawyer first.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Oh, fine. God damn it, she hates me. I don't like. Seemed so nice before.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Guess what? Wait, hold on. Yeah, guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 kilos.
Haha, good one. 41 kilos. That's great.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grace?
Yeah, of course.
The thought forms in your head, like a lightning strike branching in the sky.
Okay. You're right. There is no local drug trade, except you.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off poisoning your own people.
Boo fucking who. People will always be taking drugs. Might as well do it clean and organized.
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Yeah, but your buddy earlier on let it slip that it was a lady, and that's what tipped this whole thing off.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
The woman's size.
I know. Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
Dennis. Oh, we know Shanky's name.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
I need more authority. I'm going to take off now. Why are you defending these people? God damn it. She has nothing else to say to me, right?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Yep. So, it looks like it's going to be Joyce then. That was not quite as fruitful as I thought it was going to be. Although there was... I don't know. It's all very suspicious. Either they are involved or they're taking the fall for someone and being very clever about... Not the fall, sorry, but they're covering for someone and being very clever about how they're expressing that. Wait a minute. I don't think Kuno would have any insight on this, would he? I really don't want to talk to him unless I really have to, because he annoys me so much. So much. But we're going to go up to Joyce and see if there's any anything that she can shed light on in this investigation. I mean, she already kind of assumed that the Union was behind the drug trade. Titus isn't exactly denying it. On the record he is, but off the record he's definitely entertaining the idea. So I wonder if Joyce can help clear some of this confusion up a little bit. Back to the pier. And the posh old boat.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
My eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Okay, wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
Tall buildings around the roundabout. I'm not quite sure where the hell that would be. Huh.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She seems very convinced of that.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
You have your secrets, we have ours.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Okay, so pay attention to this here. She says her tone more cautious suddenly. So now that we're starting to get some dots connected, she seems to be more cautious. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she and the Union were working in cahoots with each other and the Hardy Boys were just doing the dirty work. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how this turned out.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Really?
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Iron and strawberries. What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, man, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
So tell me again, how are the lynching and the strike connected?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
So hardcore anti-socialists over in that company then. Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
I don't think it's working.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Oh dear.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience.
Holy crap.
They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So what you're saying here is these guys are contracted crazy people who don't quite know how to integrate with society, and they're on the loose. Okay, awesome.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
That's right, yeah.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
Yeah, we know this bit already. What then?
Nothing.
Oh.
Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
But she said 2 Crenell contractors, right? This is a long shot, but I've got a thought in my head that my partner, you know, the guy who hates me, Pierre or whatever his name is, and that woman, they might be those contractors. Maybe. I can't think of any other 2 individuals that stand apart from anything else in this place other than them. Maybe they're just looking into their own interests and letting me do all of the legwork for them.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Yeah.
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Oh, wow. I have to say, this is not Disco.
It is very far from Disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
That kind of sucks.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
That's a lot of people to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
That sounds like an absolute massacre.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Alright. See, Kim? This is that great bloodletting I've been telling you about. I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Maybe they already have, you know? Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Lieutenant W. Frater de Bois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Downwell?
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Alright.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no.
No.
Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them off?
I have, and they will.
When?
However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Okay. You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal.
Oh.
I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
Okay. What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Alright. I mean, that is what the Hardy Boys said when we first talked to them, remember?
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching.
Yeah, we
Where
have.
did it take place? And when?
We have, though. Like, Titus said that there was sexual assault or something. I'm sure it was Titus. Somebody said it. And he was there.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk. Maybe on narcotics, too.
Well, that's not a very good
Either
combination.
way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
I still think it's either that blonde woman that we first talked to in the game right at the very start, or Sylvie. But we talked to Sylvie and she doesn't seem to give much away. She just keeps going on about how I scared people with my gun. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely,
Lely.
his service name. A nom de guerre, most likely.
Huh.
He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man.
Corty.
They call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Alright.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face.
I don't remember what colour his eyes were.
Shakes her head.
Were they grey or green or something?
Can't remember.
There's a pang of regret to her voice. Regret, okay.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
Alright.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50.
That's quite a lot.
It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
What injury?
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Sorry, where are the the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are these mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader at
Oh, yeah.
the harbour gates.
Yeah, big guy, big
The
guy.
one chanting the idiotic slogans.
Yeah.
He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Yeah, he stands out like a massive sore thumb.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Let's see. One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbour gates, the scab leader.
Maybe so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
Okay.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a border keg.
Yep.
Does this not bother you?
Bothers me.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
Okay. I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start.
Oh, God.
Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
Okay.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
All right.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
That's quite disturbing.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please
Okay.
ask.
Now can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course.
Thank you.
Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
Jesus.
She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured,
Huh.
like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigger not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet and observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century, over 300 years ago.
Huh.
The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of the map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Okay, and what travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oranese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol.
Oh.
Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't.
Huh.
This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members?
Oh.
The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
I need the information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tutu should come before public security.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it for now. Okay, so I got a skill point earlier on I want to sort out now. And I'm also about to get another one. Am I currently studying anything? Internalizing. Oh, let me read this one here. The motorway south. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp angled azimuth. Its green rain shadow dithers like music turning into a waveform, and then vanishes. This is the end. A half-remembered textbook from your childhood, the porch collapsing on the edge of the Isola. A transition from reality to pale. A single vector shouts out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known pale. To where? Where does it go? Let's see here. Oh yeah, I need to unlock one of these first. There we go. And let's see. That seems like quite a recent. Oh, I was going to say quite a quick one, but that's not quite true, is it? We'll get this one out of the way first. The Jamrock Shuffle. I'll have another experience point coming up sometime soon. So, I have a feeling I'm going to run out of these things sometime. So we have a couple of new quests here. The victim's tattoos. Ask another about tattoos' possible meaning. I still can't get into that secret door. Damn. Okay. I'm going to investigate the victim's tattoos, I think. Yeah, so we'll head over there now. Onwards towards the riots. Okay, so here we are at the protests at the gate of the harbour here. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Are you a mercenary hired by Wild Pines?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
Ah.
It just has to be said, that was not a convincing line.
Let's see here. Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance?
Fucking bug.
He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating, his mouth slightly open.
A punch is not imminent, but it's being cocked hard.
Oh, he's not happy with
You
me.
hear a tiny rattle, a small radio, cracking somewhere. An earpiece.
Oh.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
Hell no, I'm just an honest scab. That doesn't sound too convincing.
Fucking loincloth.
He stares you down mutely for a second.
Loincloth. Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense.
He does. Let's back
The man's
off.
breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right-to-work dance back on.
Okay, I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so.
He grunts, barely glancing at it. It was on your kernel. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so Band of Brothers, right? These guys are like a unit. A team. If I say it was on your kernel, there may be a personal connection there, you know. Yeah, I'll give him the photo. Yeah, it was on your kernel.
Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. Hard as a stone, but beneath it.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Loincloths?
Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
Can you tell me what the tattoos means? So the tattoo means?
What it means.
He points to one tiny star in the web of lines, away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one.
He squints at it. It's so
You want to
small.
hear what happened here?
Yeah.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips, as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Don't interrupt him. We're here for it all.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
His voice gets strangely quiet, a long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding.
He's a dirty boy. Dirty.
We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old.
Say nothing.
She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold
Oh my
body
god.
and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now.
Holy crap, that's brutal.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
You were there?
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer.
You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off,
What? A mask? Okay.
but
Can I have it back?
Go ahead.
All right, now. Free
Okay.
commerce! Keep
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Damn, that was brutal. I'm just gonna leave now. Okay, so we have another skill point here to use. I'm wondering where I want to put it. I want to put it in maybe half light. I could do with being a little bit more imposing, I think, maybe. Or... perception, maybe? No, I'm gonna go with half light. Yeah. I'm gonna go with half light for this one. And let's see what updated here. Victim's tattoos. Ask another about tattoos' possible meaning. Racist lorry driver wash basin. I don't know why, but on the map there, the racist lorry driver was marked with an exclamation mark. So I'm going to talk to him just now. I have a feeling that he might have something for me.
Looking for something, Rod? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism.
Nah.
Change the topic.
It's all the same. Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's see. Sheeps don't bury their heads. Ostriches do. You mix up metaphors.
Whatever. Go back to your college class, Bino.
Beano? What the hell is that? To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design.
Ah, yeah.
So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits.
Oh?
I'd really rather talk about something else.
Go right
There
ahead.
we go.
Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet.
Yeah.
He thinks. Wriggled out of it.
I think it's quite interesting to actually explore conversation trees from earlier in the game with more upgraded abilities. I think that's quite a good thing. Now, the tall building overlooking the roundabout. This is the weird thing for me. So I'm not quite sure what the roundabout is. Is this the roundabout? I mean, that does look like a roundabout. But what tall building overlooks this? I don't know what tall building overlooks this. Okay, we've obviously already been in there. Can I go this way? Is there anywhere to go here? No. Not that I can see anyway. Can't go this way. Can I go past it? Whoa, I'm running. Can I go past the woman? Anything over here? There's a building here. The only place I can think of is that place earlier on in the game where we heard people. I think we looked up a coal shaft or something, and we heard a conversation. I think that's the only place that I can think of. Might go there next, actually. But I'll make my way there. For now, I'll end this episode here, and I'll catch you when I get to the building that I'm trying to get to here. And yeah. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we made a little bit more progress. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you can always hit that button. Of course, if you want to stick around for more, whether it be of this game or something else that I cover in the future, feel free to obviously hit the subscribe button. And of course, as always, if you have anything that you feel the need to express, whack it down into the comment section, and I'll get to it and talk to you if you like. But for now, take care, and I will see you in the next episode.